I don't have to worry about that. Go on, chat. There we go. Right, go to chat. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to actually start, but because apparently it starts in 15 minutes, so I just wanted to go live earlier just to see what's going on. So that's fine. Okay, Vertical now is live, and so is Twitch chat. Cool. So we should be fine. Okay, so people already in the chat are saying that their first year won't be any big reveals or world firsts. So we'll find out. We'll find out what all of the chat is pretty much. But I fancied streaming. It's also a means for me to be able to get content as well. Let's actually hope that my stream pedal works tonight so that I can actually get clips and don't have to go back through myself to get them. But yeah, it's a new show pretty much that is being made by creators for creators. So whether it's actually going to be showing anything new or things that we haven't necessarily seen. More than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream to the primary and one to stream to the backup URL. That's what I'm doing. I don't know why it's panicking. Yeah, it's now gone to poor. Yeah, I don't know why it's panicking, but again, we're just testing it just to see what it's like and to see whether it's actually something that we can do to stream to Vertical. We're sending out to Vertical YouTube, Horizontal YouTube, and also to Twitch. It's saying that it's poor, but I don't think it is. I don't think there's any actual issues with it. I can probably go and check and see. Can I go to my channel? I don't think there's any actual issues with it. Yeah, I can only check the horizontal one though. It's only letting me check horizontal. It won't let me check vertical.
If you're a small content creator,
no. Okay. I think we're fine. It seems okay. I'm not getting any issues or stuttering from the live stream, so it does appear to be appearing in a vertical. So, but yeah, it says it's unstable, but I don't think it is. Will we get any new announcements? Done. There we go. But yeah, apparently it starts in 10 minutes. I might actually full screen I'll just get rid of chat, I think. There you go. Wait, can I go full screen? I can never actually remember how to go. There we go. Cool. So then we don't have to worry. I'm not running a recording at the same time. Where are my recordings going to? We'll find out. We'll run a recording at the same time. The show isn't live, so it's just missed 5 minutes of me rambling, pretty much. But I should be able to get some extra content out of this, and I'm work from home tomorrow. I need to go to the gym, but we should be all good. Let me let the boys know that I'm live, because they were like, oh, you didn't let us know last time. Currently streaming. If you fancy it. There we go. Sweet. Oh. But yeah, I don't know what this show is going to entail. People in the chat were saying that there'll be no new reveals, which I can kind of believe. So, but again, it could literally be anything. This show, it's people aren't too impressed with the way the Game Awards are and stuff, pretty much. So now people are making their own events. They're streaming to Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. I couldn't find the YouTube link, so I could only find the Twitch link. But we will see how good this is. I might actually switch these around and put chat down here like that, and put the Twitch version thing up there, because at least then I can kind of look down towards chat. So, and just see that things are running well and not fucked, pretty much. I apparently have 935 gigs worth of space, so... Hello, Trep! Hello, good sir. Thank you very much for the raid of 6 people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing? How is the stream, buddy? I don't know why no sounds went off. They should have. I'm going to butcher this name. Kale who? I've probably absolutely butchered that name, but thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing? It's probably because I haven't got Meld actually... Yeah, I think it was because Meld wasn't actually configured to my usual thingamajigger. But Trep, what was you playing? I don't know if any of my shout-out stuff's working. Oh, shit. Hold on. OBS. Oh, no, hold on. This... No. Hold on. Let's just try and figure it out. Exclamation mark. Shout-out. Intrepidus 1. My name got destroyed on that one. Yeah, I wanted to pronounce it that it was the C as a K, but it probably isn't. So, and if it's pronounced as a C, then I'm still not sure. And if it's pronounced like an S, C-O-Lu. Okay, C-O-Lu. Can I just call you C? C will probably be a lot easier. But thank you very much for the follow, and Trap, thank you very much for the raid. How was the games on Apex, buddy? I hope they weren't too sweaty. We are currently waiting for New Game Plus to now start. So, of course, just messing around, you can call me anything you want. Don't tell me that, because I'll just give you a really weird nickname. So, I'll call you C. C just makes it probably a bit easier. So, but again, thank you very much for the follow. But yeah, we're waiting for New Game Plus, which is apparently meant to be like a new event. Similar to like the Game Awards and stuff. They were very sweaty. We played scrims. Oh. Yeah, scrims can be unbelievably sweaty, so understandable. How were they overall? Did they go to the way that you thought that they would go? Do you feel like you still need certain improvements? Aren't you also getting used to a new controller? C's my duo, and we were trialing. Ah, very nice. Okay. Gonna watch the new game Heaven and do a reaction stream. C, thank you very much for the follow over on Instagram as well. It's much appreciated. I haven't played Apex in ages. Like, absolutely ages. I kind of want to get back into it, but I know I'd end up being super sweaty. And I know that I'd want to take it seriously again like I did last time. Apologies that we don't really have any music at the current moment either. It's I didn't really estimate the timings of me going live very well. So C, if you're an Apex player, who's your mains and what are your loadouts? We got 11th. We just need to get my confidence to call. You'll be fine, bud. Again, if you're fragging, or no, IGLing. Sorry, if you're IGLing, everyone knows that takes confidence. It takes knowing what to call and having people that listen. as well. So hopefully C listens and knows to have you as a good and confident leader eventually. So I don't actually know what position I'd play, like I do playing with a bunch of the Heaven and like I do playing with the you'll get there eventually. I don't actually know what position I'd play if I played Apex properly, because I don't think I'd be able to IGL, because I think I make stupid decisions. But at the same time, fragging technically needs good, like, stupid confidence, and I don't feel like I have that either. And I'm not really a support character, because I like going in and, like, I'll play like Pathfinder and like full dive. So I'm not too sure. It's a bit of an odd one. But again, I don't have the time nor the attention span to play Apex within a league or within tournaments, and I know I just end up shouting at everyone, which is why I end up solo queuing with a lot of those games. A lot of Battle Royales I will solo queue, because I know my teammates are probably going to be idiots. I don't have to worry. C is very understanding and used to IGL, so that's helpful. Having someone that used to IGL help you learn how to IGL is definitely a +1 and a very useful thing to have. So that is very, very handy. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably be in between an IGL and a frag, more than likely. But I just don't play the game regularly enough to keep my gun skill up. And then I have like a really good pop-off game, and then I don't play the game for like 6 months. I don't think I've played in like 6 months now. I don't remember. I can't go on Steam and check, because I boot up the game and then go, no, I don't want to play this anymore. So the last time I play won't be accurate. No, I played one quick game of Wildcard about a month ago. You see, I have on days and off days, but that's everyone though. That's the thing. You've been playing a lot of like Arc Raiders with Timmy and stuff as well, so you haven't been consistently playing Apex. Soon as you incorporate in another game, that's where you literally need to be doing the same thing over and over and over again to be able to consistently improve and have good like outgoings. I just realized I'm going to run an ad quickly just before the actual show starts, so that at least we get like a full half hour, 45 minutes without any ads. So hopefully I will they then miss everything there. Yeah, it's always the way. Maybe run the ad quickly. We'll run 3 minutes of ads so that we don't get any ads for at least I think 45 minutes of the show, I think, anyway. I don't know if we've got anyone over on YouTube or on the vertical or the horizontal stream, but it's hopefully pushing it out. I don't know. So also on Arcom on mouse and keyboard. Oh, 2 different formats. Interesting. M&K for Arc and then controller for Apex. Maybe you should just play mouse and keyboard on Apex. Oh, what has the wife messaged? Hopefully. See if the wife wants to watch. Not comfortable? That's fair. That's understandable. Mouse and keyboard takes a long time to learn when it comes to fast-paced shooters. So, and it's funny when you do eventually learn it, because you do realise, give me new Xenoblade. Hello, Void. Apparently, there is a possibility that this show will not show any new game reveals. So no one actually knows what this show is about. So it's going to be interesting. But how you doing, Void? I hope you are well. The edit for shit from last month currently is sitting at about 3 minutes. So that's better than it was last month, where I had 3 minutes worth of footage by like the last week of the month. So I have a stupid idea for the intro, and I have a somewhat idea for the outro, which I need to do, but I'm going to wait until more people have submitted more clips so that then I can sort that. Yeah, you need to let me know when that's going live and if that's going live before shit from last month, pretty much, just in case I use the... Yes, okay, cool. So what we'll do is I'll get it all pre-built and I'll placeholder the old stuff, and then I can then use your new stuff eventually, pretty much. So it took me a minute to get used to mouse and keyboard. Started with some stupid high DPI, kind of due to the old school COD 4 days where we all ran it high. After a while, got used to it and used it with some. I run my DPI and my sensitivity like super low because I'm more of a arm mover versus a wrist person. So, but yeah, how you doing, David? But yeah, Void. I can placeholder it for now, and then we can swap in all of the new stuff. It's similar to last month's outro, pretty much, and the intro is slightly different. So, we're literally waiting on sponsors so we can sync it up and some 3D assets, and we're going. Okay, cool. Again, we've got 3 weeks, and where I need the stuff in the intro is 1 bit, and when I need it in the outro is 1 bit. So it's like the branding I can do at last minute. So even if it's down to like the 31st pretty much, and I export it out, and that's when you give it to me, it should be okay. So it's already in the drive anyway. Oh, fair. Okay, cool. I'll grab it when I get the chance. I only need the 2D stuff. Yeah, I'm anywhere between 800 and 1200 depending on the game, and I'm well, thank you. How are you? I'm not too bad. Didn't have any plans this evening, so I was just like, why don't we stream this new Game Award show thing, which should have started by now, and hasn't. So I don't know what's going on with that. People are raiding into this show. It should have started. Yeah, it technically should have started. Paid chatters? Yeah, probably. Again, we're taking... What is this new game? So New Game Plus is a award show or show by content creators for content creators, because one of the dudes, Jake Lucky, he was kind of like... And it is true, to get a ad in the Game Awards, it was $1 million minimum per company to get an ad or get your game in and shown. And he was just like, and they did this last year as well, the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley. So they've been developing this since last Game Awards. Yeah, literally $1 million for a 30-second implementation on the show. So you can only imagine, like, people, like big companies were spending multiple millions, and then you had games that wanted to advertise that obviously didn't have $1 million to even do 30 seconds. So loads of games were announcing after the Game Awards on Twitter going, I don't have $1 million, but here's my advert for my game that's coming out at the same time. So this is kind of meant to be for the little people. Time to start a gaming award show. Yeah, exactly. That's where we're in the wrong profession. Okay, apparently it's live now. I've just got to refresh, I think. Oh, we get an advert. Lovely. I refresh and get an ad. Cool, thanks.
Tracking her every move.
Just love you, bye.
Restricting her from going online.
Lovely. Come on.
Hi, sweetheart. Your dad and I are starting to get worried. Please call us back.
And isolating her from her
Snick.
family is abuse. Enough. End violence against women and girls.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2,
Okay.
Last of Us, Witcher 3, and Batman Arkham City. The fifth and final in-person
they're just
member this
doing,
year is Rob. Rob came from the hell of
intros.
Call of Duty videos to the other hell.
I'm more than happy to ramble and chat shit in between the awards. Yeah.
Are Witcher 3, Halo 3, Batman Arkham
Again, I
City,
don't know if they're going to be
and Call of
awards.
Duty
Let me know
Modern
if this is
Warfare.
still
Not to be confused
audible as well. Like you can hear me. Stream audio is very quiet. Hold on.
Remastered. Then our final member is Blue Thunder, the man who is always spotlighting the next hidden gem before anyone else
Nice, a little
sees it
load
coming. He just had a beautiful second child that luckily takes after his wife, so he's not here in person but was a major part of the showcase. His favorite games of all time are Resident Evil 2,
my mic should be
Silent
better
Hill
now.
2, Elden Ring, The Last of Us, and Metal Gear Solid 2.
Together, we're pressing into how we think game showcases should feel.
Hopefully it should be
Conversational,
better.
authentic, and transparent.
We are here to celebrate what actually excites us. Incredible
Hopefully this is
worlds,
better.
creative devs, and stories behind the
We're
service
using a new
games that
mic.
we
This
love
is the
so
old
much.
Fallout
There's no
one.
paid placements,
so
no marketing.
I just haven't got it
scripts.
tweaked.
It's pure passion and excitement for what's coming up in gaming.
You can expect a wide range of content, including new trailers, fresh gameplay,
You guys hear the-
developer interviews, behind the scenes
the stream better
content,
now?
even some updates to your favorite games.
So sit back, grab your drink of choice, and let's dive into some of
Cool,
the
though.
games that we think are worth your attention. This is the New Game Plus Game Showcase.
Yeah, also, who picked the name?
New Game,
It's a work in progress.
Wait, what's the name of
New
it?
Game Plus shows the showcase.
New plus
of-
a game plus a showcase.
Have we trademarked that yet? Because I don't.
Oh, God.
Well, we have cups.
I like how they're even like we're not too sure on our own name of our show.
Cups are done, dude.
We might have to cut our losses.
There's no changing it up.
Cheers.
Perfect.
I don't know.
It's great. All right, guys, so first up, we have 3 awesome games. We have Blind Descent coming from Owlcat. We have Deep
Okay.
Dish Dungeon coming from Behold and Raw Fury, as well as
Is this
an exclusive
genuinely how we're
interview
doing it?
with
Okay.
the Don Walker creative director.
Where are we going first? They were saying that these weren't like world premieres, but it's going to be games that people have never heard of anyway. It's a podcast. It is, yeah, it seems like it. Corvad. This is already giving me... okay, not with the parkouring, and now it doesn't. I was going to say it was giving me grounded vibes. Okay, it's definitely giving me grounded vibes now. Grounded with Stranger Things. Ungrounded. Blind Descent. Okay, Blind Descent looks pretty cool. What we got now? Behold. Okay, Raw Fury's quite cool. I like Raw Fury games. Is this another Lethal Company-esque style game? Is that what we're going to get here? We're getting a lot of games like this as of recent. Nope. I hope not. Yeah, I just... They're fun, but they're not... Oh, Big Spidder. Okay. What was that? I like me some friend slop. Yeah. Deep Dish Dungeon. Duh, duh, duh. Good old duh, duh, duh. Oh, this was the one that I saw that looked really cool. And I think we got like a really weird trailer for it, and then it was like no one actually knew what the game was about. Exactly, it's do. Yeah, because this actually looks really, really decent gameplay-wise. The blood of the
A
Dawnwalker.
Dawnwalker is like a special kind of being.
It's a
in our
Daywalker.
IP. It's neither fully a vampire nor a human. It's something in between. What this means is basically that
Blade.
you, as a Dawnwalker, you have underwent a transformation. You used to be human. And now, during the nighttime, you do get all the powers and the difficulties of being a vampire.
Okay,
So
you get
the
a
blood
power up at
craving and
nighttime.
so on. But during daytime, these powers are dormant, and you still have to eat. You have all the weaknesses of a human, right? But also the perks
You
of
have
being
all the
human. One of
weaknesses of
things
being a
that
human.
is unique to humans in our IP is being able to use magic, so casting spells. The Dawnwalkers are not very commonplace in that IP. They are very,
Okay.
very rare.
It's giving off
rarer than
Assassin's
vampires.
Creed X,
So
like
you
a
as
Souls-esque
Dawnwalker
game.
are
Yeah,
quite
a little
special
bit.
in this
Wh-
regard.
Gives
I would
me
say the
Witcher,
short-term,
Assassin's
things
Creed.
that have immediate impact on the character development are
Yeah,
you have
the
to
the
feed on,
ability
you know, either
wheel
animals or humans
gives
of blood
me
suddenly,
Witcher-
right? So you get these
Witcher vibes.
cravings, you get these like weird, eerie.
As if you bit him
experiences
and he did,
that you
and that
didn't have
didn't
as a human.
decline his whole
Francis
health.
and his clique of vampires actually caught
Ah,
him on
there you go.
his low point when he was vulnerable. And
This
he
was
has
the trailer that
used
you
a
saw.
Specific traits of vampiric blood in order to cement.
I never really
his,
played Witcher,
position
so
in
I'd
the
have not
valley.
made.
You know,
would
as
have
you might
not made
imagine,
that.
having
Yeah.
a bloodsucker as
I try and
your
play The
lord
Witcher and then
might
give
be a
up
tough
after like
sell. However, if the
Half an hour.
alternative is getting sick and
Voldemort? The fuck
dying
he
in
did.
thousands, actually doesn't sound as such a horrible thing. He tries to kind of distort
Sitting
the
there like-
religious beliefs in order to install himself as a
Harry
savior
Potter.
of the valley. We do explore this in the game, so you might see, like, for example, statues erected to Brensis, new iconography shown
Okay.
in the local
This is
cathedral, for
looking pretty
example,
cool. I
and
am
in the
quite
castle
liking
and
the look of
so
this.
on. There is this whole cult of personality he builds around himself. So he basically shows himself as.
Let's hope
something
it's
better
old
than
school
the
Assassin's
old
Creed
order,
games
right?
and
We
not
do have
Assassin's
a
Creed
mechanic
Shadows,
tied
because
to
that's the
shrines
quickest
that
Assassin's
are
Creed I
erected,
gave up on.
across the valley, and Brensis puts a lot of attention to.
Okay, so you
kind
can
of
break your
twist
fall
them to his
using
own
the
image,
vampire
and
abilities.
These do have a functionality when you play the
She
game.
needs to stop
we
saying,
have assigned specific functions to them. Generally speaking, one
Discord
of the things
blur,
we wanted to
yeah.
achieve,
She needs to stop going,
in this game is
yeah,
to have Brensis being this
Howard
active
Hard thing, he
antagonist.
said.
You know, in a lot of games, the antagonists are out there to be defeated.
I'm distracted.
But generally speaking, you have free reign. You do your own thing, and it doesn't really
yes,
change much in how they approach you. In this game, what we wanted to do is to have Brensis react to
Trying to work out
actions
what's
as
being
you,
blurred.
complete different activities throughout the valley, as you maybe undermine his operations and so on.
Cat
I
tree,
feel like his seal of approval.
another chair,
Exactly.
another Secret Labs chair, a
so
cat
basically,
tree.
The way you can think about it is like the more you do in the valley, especially if you undermine Brensis, you will gain notoriety. The more notorious you are, the more edicts Brensis will pass in order to thwart you. So, for example, you might send out more soldiers to patrol
That's quite cool.
the roads and
So if you
villages,
piss
right?
off
You
the
might,
like, there's a
in some extreme
notoriety.
cases, maybe even
I don't know what the
initiate
word
a
is.
lockdown of the city to basically
Like there's no point blurring it. Maybe he
right?
wants the cat
There is a
tree's
number of
got
these edicts
is a
you
bit
have to play,
dirty.
and
Maybe
each of them is designed to
it
kind
looks
of
like he's got like a
twist and
weird
change
Connect
the,
4
the
thing on the floor as
general
well.
open
Oh, one of his
gameplay.
cats I think is in the
It
tree
also has
as well.
benefits.
Also
There are
creative director,
factions
but
in
is using a
the,
headset
valley that
headset
dislike
mic from
Brensis, So
2014.
the more notoriety you gain, the better standing with them you get. Like, they actually like that. There is a number of plot lines that you can follow if you want.
Yeah, clean
You
your
can also
background,
cut them
yeah.
off because we have added these systems where
This
for
was also
example, you might
shown
lose
within
control over,
the Game
Cohen
Awards
when
2
he's a
years ago.
vampire. If
So it's
he's
like a
hungry,
AAA game.
you might kill off some
Like it's
important
not an
NPCs, and then
indie.
the plot
So it's
line
not like
just
they
cuts
haven't got
off,
any money.
basically, or you get some alternative version. There are some ways to enter the castle in the open world. You can ignore
Excuse
the
me.
side plot lines. You can level up Cohen. And
Yeah, if you're doing
decide to attack
interviews,
the castle on your own,
make
right?
sure your
Out of
background's either
curiosity,
nothing or
Is there
clear.
romance in the game?
Romance, yes, of course. We do
Oh.
have romance options, yes.
Oh, there's
We
romance.
didn't delve deep into like with whom yet.
Okay.
And, I'll leave that for the future to talk about.
Mm.
However,
Not all
yes, you
RPG
can
games
expect
need
to build
romance.
relationships with
I know a lot of
characters.
people
Like I
probably
said,
disagree
there is
with
like
me,
one
but
main goal, very varying ways to get to it. These different ways that you pick will impact, what happens with Veil Sangora in the end. And
I'm
it's all
liking
up
the
to you.
fighting.
And I
The
think,
fighting
yeah,
seems
I really recommend experimenting
reasonably
with this stuff
good
and having fun with it.
and not too Dark Souls-esque.
First one, Blind Descent, Martian, survival, co-op, adventure.
Gives me Subnautica vibes, and in the best way possible. I really like it, but like
Gave you
more with land exploration,
Subnautica.
which is really cool. I honestly can't wait to try it.
We're also
So
going to see a lot
grounded.
of survival games today. So I think it all comes down to what the ultimate depth of the game is. But my first thought when I saw Martian land was No Man's Sky. That's obviously like maybe a reach for expectation-wise.
It's
and
a
definitely
podcast.
A
Yeah.
tall task, but when I heard Martian, I thought No Man's Sky-esque.
Like you said, a lot of survival games, but I think it's popular
I mean,
right
like,
now. And I'm hopeful
romance
that
options in
a lot of them do
RPGs.
it right.
However, sometimes
But
they
this
feel
is
rushed, like
going
you talk to them
underneath
once, do
Mars
their
and
one
has
mission, then
aliens.
slow it down a
Looks
bit. Yeah.
interesting. I like it.
I'm intrigued about
Oh.
the
Okay.
the variety of ecosystems and aliens and
There we
plants
go.
that they
That
bring.
wasn't me.
Well,
That
like
was
you
their
said,
stream.
It's popular right now because people like them, and so they share a lot of things mechanically. But for me, it's usually the vibe, and this one has a vibe.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
That's why I wonder how that gameplay loop goes. Like, how far down can you go? What kind of biomes are you experiencing as you continue to go down? And like you said, with survivals, we see like a lot of the same loops. So
Poor
that
internet,
way-
Mr. Streamer. Yeah, exactly.
Trees you can cut.
Yeah, like again, we're gonna talk about it a lot, but if you can cut a tree down, I'm good for survival games. I'm like
At that point,
I'm the target. I'm the target.
The
audience.
bar is pretty low then in that case. If like the
Then
only
we have
thing you
deep
need in a
dish,
survival
deep dish dungeon
game
co-op,
is
dungeon crawling, a
cutting down
survival
trees.
game, handcrafted dungeon. You gather resources, cook to strengthen your party. You can party up with friends. I'm excited for it.
speaking of vibes, this thing is a vibe.
Chop,
like,
chop,
I don't
yeah,
know
exactly.
what you'd call that art style, but whatever it is, like injected into my
Kind of retro,
veins.
right?
It's like pixel art, but then they also have like some voxel.
Deep
type
Dish was
tech
giving me,
for
is it
digging and
abiotic
breaking
factor?
I don't know, whatever it is. I like
It's
it.
giving me that kind of.
Okay, so when Luke
vibe.
said voxel, that's big word count number 1 of the day. When I see that, I'm very basic. I'm like, that's got to be some form of pixel art, which is definitely coming back. I feel like we're seeing more games kind of.
A lot of games are going
That
basic.
old, like Minecraft pixel art, whatever
Like
you want to call it.
Surrounded
voxel view.
was like 8-bit.
I will be honest with you guys. While you guys are talking about pixels, I'm thinking I hope I can kill my teammates in funny ways. So sure, we'll go with
Such,
pixels.
such
Yeah,
a
we were
content
watching
creator
the trailer
mentality.
together, and the first thing she was saying was like, "Hey, how do I kill those I'm with?"
I mean, I have to imagine it's a dungeon crawling game about cooking in the dungeon. Surely you're gonna be able to accidentally poison yourselves.
Do you think you can get like bad ingredients on purpose to murder your?
I bet you
Oh
are
my
gonna have to, I bet you're gonna have to find
A
out.
co-op game. I want to kill my
I
teammates.
wonder though, with it being like
Fair
in
play.
dungeons, like if they're gonna have an in-game proximity chat kind of thing.
I hope
It's one of my
They
favorite
will.
things in games like this when you're like
They
walking
will.
through.
There's
and
no
you
way
can
they
hear
won't
your friend
have
off in the distance or whatever.
proximity chat.
The Lethal Company
Yeah.
effects, where they're like,
Especially you can hear them scream.
There you go. First mention of Lethal Company.
Yeah, like at
Me
least
and Jake gonna be in their edition in that dungeon.
like at least a co-op. He's across the world. I'm like, Rob, you there?
I'm dishing, baby. I'm dishing.
I'm dishing.
Making
Can you
dinner.
bring the carrot?
What are you making?
Lasagna.
Yeah, no, but it looks
Yeah,
very
it's,
promising.
this is
Next up, we have
very.
Dawn Walker. Lua had a
They look
great
so
conversation
uncomfortable.
with the
Yeah,
creative
Timmy, they do.
director.
They
Single
look,
player,
except Jake. Yeah.
Vampire RPG. It looks
I feel like they
incredible.
all want
I
to be
think the
sat
3D
at their
system is awesome, and
setups.
like you said,
Like
you
they
can
need a
sprint to
mouse and a
things,
keyboard in
then
front of
the
them.
whole-
Like,
there's so many decisions you can make.
What I find really
Yeah,
interesting about
it's-
the game
it's very
is that
odd.
Cohen, the protagonist, is half vampire, half man.
how you doing, no
And
Tim Tim?
Even though like all of that sounds great by itself, there's even another layer where at night, of course, he can use vampiric abilities that he doesn't get to use during the daytime. His combat's different. He's not using a sword. He's using claws. And then in the daytime,
Good,
of
good.
course,
Congratulations
there's
on
NPCs
the
walking
job
around,
as
and
well.
there's, you know, maybe
Very proud of
patrols
you.
going around that aren't there at night. But then there's different ones at night. So
And
they
you can use magic as human. You can use magic as a vampire.
Yes, and basically what they're trying to do is to not just have the time be an element of certain actions to take it forward, but also whether you're playing in day or night, quest lines
Don't use
play
that
out
slur at me. What,
completely
proud?
differently, because people are in different spots, their behaviors are different. This person may be asleep, so you can't talk to them.
Have
but
different
somebody else is there.
abilities.
Exactly.
Well, The Witcher 3
I was about
is
to
my
say, you
personal
spelled that
favorite
completely
game of
wrong,
all time.
with a D.
And this is former
yes, a
Witcher
Jod.
3 developers working
I love-
on this,
I
and
love
so much
Jod.
of that charm was prevalent there.
The music.
The music, just that soundtrack in the short little snippet we saw there, I felt it.
I love that simple separation between day and night.
Off to
and
me,
different
Jod.
things coming
Yep,
with your character.
exactly.
That's got to be like the coolest.
I'm
part
off to
of
me
it.
new
Yeah, 'cause
Jod.
it's got to probably tailor to your gameplay of like, I got to wait to make this choice during the nighttime versus during the daytime where I can use certain abilities or different combat styles. I love that part
Good
of
old
it.
And so I
Jod.
could foresee a run through, like a play style where
This is
you're
an
playing
interesting
only
way
at
that they're
night
doing
for
it pretty
missions,
much at
you're
the
just
current
doing
moment, but
stealthy vampire stuff.
I feel
and
like too
you're
much
eating
talking
people
like
or
this will
drinking
make
blood
this
rather
show
than not eating people. I don't know, maybe
a lot longer than it should be.
You know, the dark run through versus
Which might
like
mean
the
we're not
light
gonna
run
get many
through in
games.
daytime, the vegan run through. The vegan run through. Which has one of those vegan
Vegan sped run, Don Walker.
Yeah, vegan achievement.
Sponsored by Beyond Meat. The fact that they revealed a little bit about more Brinsis, the Overlord, is also a system. He really talked a lot about systems that they have not spoke on yet at all, and didn't with us
Gives me
either.
post-show
Edits.
vibes
As
talking
you
about
go
everything.
around the
Yes,
world,
yes.
trying to
I
find
feel
your
like this
information,
should
you
be
can
the
side with different
post-show
people, and depending on what
talking.
you do, you can make the Brensis quite upset. So he can start making laws and rules to. stop
She's
you
very
from
used to talking to
progressing a
camera as
certain way.
well. Like she's not
I feel
talking
like the
to them.
princess as
She's
an
talking to
antagonist
camera.
Is not just like pure evil, doing all sorts of
I
horrible
feel
stuff.
like
he
these
is
guys are
helping
like still
the
learning
people in
this
some
new
ways
way of
in
doing
order to,
this.
you know,
I feel.
get control of them. But he's like
Again, it's their
curing them
first
of
show,
the plague. Like
so-
he offers them something they aren't getting elsewhere. So he's doing bad stuff, but there's nuance.
And that
They'll get
typically
used to
makes
it.
for really, really
Yeah,
good stories.
Harder choices to be made,
perspective, and never a clear-cut good or bad.
Yeah, because I bet you there's gonna be a moment where it's like
one
you
of
could
the
stop it,
charms.
like his influence in an area. That means they're gonna die of the plague. So it's like, do you let the bad guy do the thing that you were trying to stop him to do, or
And it's also about perspective. These people were ruled by a very tyrannical leader before, so even though Brence is a vampire,
They
to
have
them,
the mentality
he
and
may
the
as well
and like the
be a
way of being
savior,
able to do
right?
this. I just feel like, what are we getting now?
For the next section, we have 3, again, I'm gonna
Ah,
have to
the
not say
prologue.
incredible games every single time, but we have Prologue, Go Way Back from Player Unknown, Beautiful Life from
person
Deep
that made,
Worlds, and Project Shadow
what's
Glass
his name?
from Starhelm
PUBG.
Studios.
Yeah, this will be an interesting
infinite
one.
map generator with some game loops on top of it. So you have a survival loop, which is pretty hard. Get to the weather tower, we give you a map and a compass and not much else. Some basic survival mechanics, and it's a game against yourself more than anything else and kind of the decisions you make. Then we also have just objective survive, which is just
This
see
gives
how long you can
me
last
the
in
forest
the world,
vibes.
and free roam for those that just like a hike. The differentiator, or the thing that makes a difference, is that we can generate essentially infinite maps of 8x8 scale. Like, we have a map editor in the game and stuff like that, but we want to be able to give you the ability to give a deep link to someone. So I can just send you like a HTTP link that starts up the game, loads a map and a seed, and I can share stuff I've built with you with just a link.
Okay, that's quite cool.
So it's kind of, Go Way Back is just, it's a technological experiment.
That's
that
cool.
we're proving some technology we've developed.
This is clever.
It's no longer an experiment, it's in production, so it works. But it's also going back to my love of survival games and those kind of emergent.
it's giving me
just I'm
forest,
not giving anyone missions to do. It's just get
but with
there,
procedural
and how you get there is
generated
fully up to you.
maps.
Basically, if you play the same seed, you get the same weather. I'm pretty sure you get the same cabin layout, and you maybe get the same loot. So you and 4 friends could technically race to the weather tower and see who gets there first, because you have the same conditions. And while we don't have multiplayer
okay.
yet, you have this kind of asynchronous multiplayer, that as long as you can share the seed with people. And I thought, wouldn't that be a cool thing for events where you have 16 streamers and see how long they can survive in objective survive mode, right? Or see who can race to the weather tower quickest, or we can set up the weather just to get progressively colder and see
That's
who
cool.
lasts the longest. There's a weather tower.
The fact
on
that they're
top of
already
one
thinking
of the higher points on the map.
of,
It's
like,
generally the other
events
side of the
and
map.
multiplayer.
We do have prompts now that tell you what to do in the world. But yeah, there's some simple survival mechanics. Keep yourself warm, keep yourself
Okay.
dry, light fires, board up windows, keep your body in a good temperature, get across the map. And we don't tell you where you are on the map, except when you find a new map in the world and it updates your position, you're left for basic
okay.
navigation. It's kind of set in the 80s, so you don't have digital GPS, stuff like that. I want to make sure that the worlds we
I'm liking the look of that.
depth, that when we add story and mission and quest-based content,
This is clever.
that the worlds feel like coherent and
Again,
real
how
enough
long
it
that would
makes sense.
last, even though it's
I
like
want to have
random
pathing.
generated maps.
I want to have like infrastructure.
The
like,
game loop would
telephone
get
lines, this kind
weird
of stuff.
after a while.
So the cabins aren't just random cabins in the forest, that there seems to be some like, logical placement of stuff in the world. And once we have those in, then we can more easily go, well, okay, you need to connect all the substations to bring power to the weather tower so you can get a message or go and do various things. Right now, there's a bunch of cabins and there's survival mechanics, but we want to add a lot more depth to the environment. Preface is a tech demo. That I always said I wanted to release a free tech demo of the engine we're building, and that's what Preface is. And the kind of poetic thing is that my last game will be Preface, because it'll just be a visualization of what's possible with our engine at that time. And it's more
Building
like
an engine,
Minecraft survival, that it's an example of what you can do with the engine, and it'll be open source and free for everyone, so you can do whatever you want. So having this kind of digital space,
He's already got an end game
3D,
already. That's
I
clever.
don't see anyone working towards that. I see small bubbles, but I don't see anyone really trying to do Earth scale terrain with millions of people. And that's kind of the bigger goal, and that's why we've broken it down into 3 games. The aim is that you should be able to do anything from 10 by 10 to 100 by 100 with 5v5 or 100v100 relatively easily and not have any problems. We will build maybe an Earth scale terrain, maybe smaller, with hopefully a network layer that supports millions of people. That will be kind of a survival civilization. MMO
imagine a game
type
that was
game.
just
But again,
life.
That's just one layer of the world. Like, I want you to be able to just jump around the world and see what's happening, because you should be able to, like, I think if you want to interact
Just
with
life
the
sim.
world, there should be a layer
That's a
of
board game,
survival.
isn't it?
You
Yeah,
have to do
true.
a layer
The
of
game of
gameplay
life.
in order to kind of leave your impression on the world.
I had a Simpsons version of that game, and that was I think I played it like once.
Quebec Charlie to Quebec Romeo Foxtrot. We got your location report.
What we got now?
Are monitoring you in the operation zone.
Is this the same game? I'm not too sure. Oh. Zombie survival game? That's brilliant. We just had the normal version. Ooh, what's this? What type of dog is this? Oh. Still don't know what game this is. Behold, dog. Oh, I've got a proper tickly throat. Oh. Okay. What the hell is that? That was like a beholder, but on fire. Okay, the shooting in this is pretty cool. Oh, can you be the creature? Oh, poor guy. I'm assuming the whole thing is to get out of the map. We got sniped. Poor guy. Enter, secure, extract. Oh, it's called Beautiful Light. Okay. That seemed quite cool.
In a world
Minecraft!
where pixels were once only 2D, now they're 3D.
Oh, I'm just with you. I'm Dominic John, the dev behind Project Shadowglass, a 3D pixelated RPG that's a love letter to classic immersive sims.
This seems quite cool.
System Shock. This video is a series of prototype rooms that I've been working on some of the core systems in.
Oh, is it solo
No
dev?
art, no assets will be generated by AI. This is all human-made, hand-placed, made by me and artists like me because we love what we do.
Nice. Cool. Oh, we love a bow and arrow. I'm liking the art style. The art style is very clever. Project Shadowglass.
If you have headphones, I would highly suggest wearing them. All the audio in Project Shadowglass is going to be 3D, and not just 3D, but simulated. The
Aw.
music emanating from this orb is going into the left ear and the right ear. But
That's
as I
cool.
change the size of the space, you can hear the character of the sounds change.
That's clever. That's so clever. I like that. Does it get muffled when he goes in the little room?
And if we go around the wall,
It
you can
bounces
still
off
hear
the
it coming
wall.
from the opening in each ear.
That's cool. Okay, that's just audio design. Oh, can you shoot yourself with an arrow? Oh. Just the apple. Parkour. Yep.
I actually launched the Shadowglass Discord today, so if you have any ideas or suggestions or just want to follow along, feel free to wishlist Project Shadowglass on Steam. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek.
I
on
think I
how
might
things
be
are
adding
coming
that to my
along.
wish
Thank you
list
so much,
after.
all the crew at New Game Plus for having
That's the
me.
winner for me
We
so
love it.
far. Yeah, I would definitely say like this is the best game they've shown so far. Very, very clever
to start
concept.
with, prologue go way back. Another
Oh,
survival
we get
game
the
that we're
full
seeing.
conversation from
it's
these
a bare
guys now.
bones survival game where there is no common enemy. The enemy is the elements, where you just have to try and survive and make it to that point. So if you guys don't know Brendan Green, he not only was behind the Battle Royale mode of H1Z1, which we talked a long time about, he was also the creator of PUBG. So people have a lot of faith in him and what he calls his 10-year plan. And he talks about his ultimate goal being he wants 1 million players on a server. He wants the internet to be made 3D and for all of us to actually truly be able to play together. Which I know is a crazy transition from
Ready
us
Player One.
talking about a survival game.
Player survival game?
Like we want to cover their survival game because I love survival games and they're going to be branching out in this game for the next few years until they have multiplayer, until they have weapons and they have PvE and animals to fight against. But it's also part of a much
Also,
bigger
story. He mentioned they will be adding also a story to the
Things
world.
to do, yeah.
Yes.
It's so
It's gotta be
cold.
like the most ambitious, one of the most ambitious projects out there right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy
What's
to
so
think
funny
about.
about him is that he's like, yeah, I want like millions of players to be playing together on like a gigantic map, but you know, not to undersell it.
Shoot for the stars, brother. Shoot for the stars.
No one's done that yet. Next game we talked about was Beautiful
Okay, it was a
Light
quicker
by Deep
conversation at
Worlds. I
least.
say that's a PvPvE tactical extraction shooter. There are 6 3-person squads, and there's also a lot of anomalies and monsters and stuff that we saw in it. Looks like I'm gonna be scared.
It looks very scary.
I mean, I appreciated that it was very immersive.
I've just realised
We
that
had,
my
sort of
horizontal
pinpoint looking
stream
thing
was
with it.
private.
Speaking of big words, I actually looked up what that's called. It's called diegetic UI.
Oh, did you say diegetic?
Diegetic.
Thinking the same.
Diegetic. Write that one down. Write that one
Thinking
down.
of that word.
But it's really, really cool in games like this, especially because it's
Okay,
like
the vertical
hyper
stream was
immersive.
public,
There's no
but-
UI popping up being like, oh, attack
I don't know if
incoming.
it's actually being
Just
pushed.
know you are in the moment. You're in
It's
the
had 5
game.
views, apparently.
Listen around you. Look at the thing on the character itself. I love that.
So you can play as a monster,
Yeah, yeah.
or
Oh,
as
really?
You can play both.
or as the soldier. Is there controller support?
I don't know. Great question.
Duality, she just threw up in her mouth.
I have nothing against controllers, but I believe there's a right time for mouse and keyboard and a right time for keyboards. And he believes that the right time for a controller is when you're playing shooter games. It's obviously better than mouse and keyboard is better for that, but not for him.
I would edit my own YouTube videos with a controller. if
Yeah,
I
he
could.
said that
That's
earlier
how,
on.
That's how
I
passionate.
don't even know
Which
if my
is
horizontal
a
stream's still
patently
live, but
insane
I will.
thing to say.
Yeah, then we have Project Shadow Glass.
Voxel art. I really enjoyed the
This is Starhelm Studios. It's an immersive sim.
Okay.
We've all
Project-
seen it.
Project
I think it went
Shadow
viral
Glass is
from
my favourite so far. I'm
that
gonna check
AI
that.
post. There was like an AI post that looked just like it, and then he was like, "I'm making a game like this. It's not AI."
I looked up the video because he has a YouTube channel where you can actually see kind of behind the scenes. And when that clip of the AI generated art went viral, he saw it and thought like, I didn't think anybody wanted this. I was just like, it was a fun side project. And then
There we go.
he saw people wanted it and
That's
thought it
delicious.
looked awesome, and he put it out. But
Lovely.
it's real.
Well, we talked about it earlier. There's a desire for stuff like that. The more simplicity, kind of retro feel.
It feels like the game is still like learning what it wants to be. Like he's working on the graphics, the basics, the music, and as like they have a bow and an arrow, and hopefully as they work on the project, they start feeling what it will grow to be,
me.
what kind of game it will develop itself into.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah, my
so
understanding
far.
is right now it is just
Project Shadow Glass.
Shadow Glass. And
Yeah.
it's
And
going to
then
eventually become like a video game, but right now it's
probably
just
the
kind of proof
PUBG
of concept that the art works,
developer one.
the crazy math behind it works, and like it can grow to a game, but it's certainly very.
Well, I wish him nothing but success.
Yeah, he seems like a
because it seems like I
awesome
just
dude.
love a good passion project. You can tell there's a lot of heart in that.
And I feel like I initially, like everyone else, why I went so viral, I got attached to that same artwork, but then when he further explains and shows you some concepts that you weren't expecting out of a game with that artwork or that design, when he's showing that you said the R6 lean in there. And
Oh yeah, that threw me off. The little bow
Yeah, it's like,
behind. I was
whoa.
like, is that a Rainbow Six
You threw that,
Siege?
you threw that in there.
Apparently
and
it's
of
just
course you got
connected
the
to
wall
chat,
grapple,
so-
and then with the whole audio design as well.
Hopefully
I'm
the
definitely
stream actually has been live this whole
I
time.
remember seeing it. I was like, wow, that looks incredible. Like walking up to the castle.
Knowing my luck, it's not live.
This section we have 3 what I would consider kind of sci-fi games a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We have
We like a
Rebellion
sci-fi
from
game.
Don't Nod, which we have an incredible look behind the scenes of the music with the composer themselves, as well as The Expanse Osiris Reborn from Owlcat. If you're familiar with The Expanse, super exciting, and also Distant Shores, Brittany.
Okay. Not any games that I recognise. It's just Peak and Lethal Company. Oh my god, it's Reese. Hey, Fuzzy. How are you, lovely? This looks interesting.
My name is Amin Bouafa.
I remember this being shown a while back.
I am the
Aphelion?
composer for Aphelion, the video game.
Can't say I remember
had
this.
A message from Talal saying that he loved the score of Summit of the Gods and they are working on a new video game and inviting me to come to the
Look at that
studio
setup.
to meet the team.
Almost looks like mine,
It was very
but just with
important for me
more speakers.
to understand how the music would be interactive. So how to compose, how to write music that would be interactive with models, with stems, with separating the different elements, and at the same time...
He's got a stream deck, but he's
how
only got one.
could the
Haha, I
music-
have 4.
How the structure of the music would
I
be,
thought you said tractor
an
then.
Evolving structure. It
I'm
was
glad
very
I was looking at the
important for me
subtitles.
First, to have the story of Ariane and Thomas, like that. The log line is the story, both of them. So
The
there is a
gameplay seems
theme
pretty good.
that
I'm
conveys
good, thanks.
this
Nice to see you
emotional
streaming. Yeah, I'm trying to
relationship,
make content again, and I was like,
and then
this
the
show
frozen aspect of the
seemed
music.
like a
And
good kind of like long
for
stream
me,
to do.
it's
Also love the
very
shorts you've been putting
important
out. I
for
like
us
how
to-
they are chill.
to
Yeah,
feel
I'm just
the
not
call
taking
of the
content very
music,
seriously
feel
anymore, so I'm like,
the
let's just do
wind,
chill
feel the
content that I want to
ice.
do. So,
Is an instrument that had been invented by the Bachet brothers in the mid 20th century. For me, it looks like an alien instrument. When you see it, cannot even predict that it's.
What's he doing to that
it's
instrument?
A musical instrument. To play the instrument, you need to get your hands in water, and then rub crystal buttons that are in this metal structure could convey this frozen identity of the score, and at the same time having
get your hands wet
this
and give it a good rub.
magical sense of in the score.
Cool. Makes sense. Phantom of the Opera kicks in. Oh. Oh. I think we're good.
There's a sacred
good.
feeling also
Don't
to
die.
This planet is a huge planet, but I wanted to get this huge instrument and that it could also play very soft. The organ has a lot of sounds. It could be very soft, it could be very aggressive, it could be large, it could be intimate. For me, it's the planet. The planet could be very welcoming and suddenly very, how to say, very dangerous and very sacred at the same time. So I thought that the organ could be this.
I like this concept of like how he's thinking of the
feeling
music.
to the score.
That is very, very interesting.
I'm so happy to write the music for a fellow.
I just need to play this game just because of the music, pretty much, from the sounds of it.
Score, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of passion.
It's why I really enjoyed Bramble, because the soundtrack for that was really good. I ended up adding it to my Spotify to listen to for like a week straight after finishing that game. But this looks interesting. I thought that was Ben Affleck, man. Nice graphics. Yeah, it does. It is a very pretty game. What we got? What's this one now? The Expanse, Osiris
We had
Reborn.
some discussions at the early stages of the production, to be honest, whether to go fully class system or something else. And again, we started with sitting down and
That's
lining
cool.
up what are possible ways that the player might perceive the game. The power fantasies, how he can express himself in combat. So he might want to be a sniper, might want to be a hacker, maybe an engineer, something else.
Ooh,
As we
okay.
designed those play styles.
A class
we
system seems good.
thought how to mix
Onto
it up a
third
bit,
person
how to
shooter
let
in that
player
universe,
to
yeah.
experiment with what he encounters during the game. So, for example, when he finds a neat
Not sure if you've
shoulder
seen the
cannon,
show.
as
No, I
we
haven't watched
shown
the show.
in the announcement trailer, even if he's a sniper, he might want to experiment with that. Why not? It fits the universe, it fits the playstyle. He might want to see.
Is the show
how
any
it
good?
works. And so we decided why not to give him the possibility to do that. That was the idea behind the playstyle. So playstyle is basically the starting preset that kind of.
I don't mind it as it goes. Oh, okay, fair play.
Certain direction of your power fantasy of how you play the game. At some point, the player will need to commit to his choices. So again, it's an important part of
Worth
the
a go. I
choices
might have to give it a
system,
watch,
If
especially if
you
this
just
takes my fancy.
can switch everything on the fly, that kind of makes
That was pretty
your
sick.
choices less important.
That she was able to sneak in.
At some point, you need to stick to particular guns, particular gadgets, and you just build around them.
At least it
We
gives you a
give
bit of a
some
like
time to
trial and error,
experiment,
and
but
then
you
you
will
can
need
then
to commit. During the
commit to his
creation,
class.
You will have to choose between three major factions. Your origin, so you'll be either Belter or Earther or Martian. Facial customization, appearance.
okay.
You can choose your body type.
So you will be playing as a Pinkwater mercenary with different type of origin that you would create. You will have your sibling with the same identical one. They will look a little bit different because they're their own person. They have their own personality. These
so
events
it's
that
like
during
Baldur's
the
Gate where you have to
first,
make a love interest. You have to make
books,
you get a sibling.
Will, start on Iris and witness basically the events from a different angle, and this part will be to some degree shown in your character creation.
Wonder if you get
Every
some space
companion
fight as
should
well.
belong somewhere in the universe, and they have their own background, consisting of their faction and their acquaintance. They have some background story, their own struggles. All this stuff will influence how they perceive the situations player encounters. So,
Oh, right, Shield,
then,
yes.
Every major plot event, they will have their opinions. They might.
I would be
hint you
running at
towards some
everything if I
decisions.
had the
They might
right. If there's a
provide you
right
some
shield and a shotgun,
assistance, or
done.
maybe even some crucial contacts to go for help, for advice, for military support. Maybe. Of course, they will have their own stories, their own struggles, and
Again,
you
the
can,
graphics on this look
choose
mental.
To help them, or maybe to ignore their own stories, totally depending on how you want to be invested in this particular companion. The choices you make for those companions also will matter in long term.
You got like the
Some of them
fold down
will have
visors.
romances, and you can see on our background companions. We
Perfect,
cannot
thank
say who is going to have romance, but
Ah,
there will
more
definitely
romance
be
within
romance in
game.
our game.
It's a small crew on the small ship. You know, the Expanse, it's a universe where
VR headset.
everyone flies in very tight spaces for a very long time.
The
So
environment
there
gives me
is a
very
dynamics
Star Wars
in the crew
Outlaws
as well.
vibes.
We have a few layers of the combat system. First of all, it's obviously the gunplay, a few classes of weapons,
And a little bit of cyberpunk.
that you can use, and mostly you do it from the covers. So it's a cover-based gunplay game. And the second layer of the combat system is that's your abilities. That they might be more like offensive ones, maybe something like a grenade or a shoulder cannon,
Ooh,
or
okay.
maybe something more defensive like
Right
a
shield.
or maybe
Yeah.
a protected drone, and a lot of gadgets that you can choose from depending
We love
on your play
drones.
style. And as Julia mentioned, there are some play styles that are mostly focused on using your gadgets rather than using your weapons. Third layer, but still very important, that's obviously your companions. They have their impact on the...
They're sacrificable, the companions.
They have what we call...
You ever played Skyrim?
That's a particular situations when you can order your companion to use an exploit in the arena, in the environment to
Always sacrifice the
gain a certain
companions.
advantage in combat. We decided against the management, the gameplay part of the survival stuff. So you won't be counting your gallons of reaction mass or how much water you need to recycle before
Good.
it dries out. Nothing like that. But still, the expansion universe is
I just
very
want a combat
dangerous.
system.
So in terms
That's
of narrative, the survival will be a part of the game. You will have a tremendous enemy. You will have a lot of very dangerous situations that you will have to get out somehow.
Oh, damn.
There will be a
Okay.
lot of survival in terms of your player experience, just not as a particular mechanic.
And the way that
You
they're
will be
strung
able
up is
to
mad.
fly around the solar system. You will be able to visit various planets. We mentioned it before. That
You
we
hear her reaction in the
have,
background. It's just
Luna,
like, shut up.
Mars, Ceres, Io, and some other cool places to visit. And some of those places will be like major social hubs where you can just walk around, meet other people.
It's very
drink at the
cyberpunk,
bar,
Star Wars Outlaws
shop
environments.
for better equipment and stuff like that.
Meets
So you
Star
will
Citizen
have plenty
as
of,
well, with the very
places
short
to go
stint
and
that I
to
played of
visit
that.
and to look at. The Expanse universe is cruel, and some
Oh, yes.
characters might die because of your choices. Stay tuned for
Duh,
more.
duh, duh.
We'll show more.
Not people
very
dying.
soon. Have something cooking. I hope you will like it.
Welcome back, Aaron.
Oh, hello, Aaron.
Your flight was smooth.
Where are we landing, Aaron?
We have landed here on the outskirts of Genyak Island.
Oh, Genyak Island. Instantly get attacked.
It's Thomas. You know, your brother. You said you would visit me here, but you never did.
Again, another
Bygones be bygones, just
forest
find me in the
vibe.
west. I'll be waiting.
Oh! Alright, Avatar, calm down. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Sometimes I dream about what's under the ocean. A distant shore.
Okay, that's a clever mechanic.
To be explored.
I like that. That is really cool. The platforming mechanics for this will be mental. Okay. Interesting. And there's momentum to the game as well. Okay, people are going to be speed running the hell out of this, you can already tell. This actually gives me like Portal mechanic vibes, especially with the blue and the yellow. Like, you have to use them together. Obviously, you got an extra ability with red, but yeah, I'm liking the look of this. This is on par for me with Shadow Glass for top games so far. Mixed with a bit of Mirror's Edge and Dying Light movement. Yeah, exactly. It's very fast paced. Oh, okay, he just jumped off. I'm liking the puzzle aspect. Ooh, okay. This actually, yeah, this might be top for me. This might go just over Shadow Glass for me. Bloody hell. Oh, okay. Ah, using objects to smash the glass. Okay. This is very clever. This is a stupidly clever mechanic. They've definitely taken on the Portal vibe. Like, this is definitely like they've gone, we enjoyed the Portal games. How can we do it without it being Portal? There's a very ominous cloud. Oh, do we not like rain? Oh, okay, we don't like rain. Okay. Oh, okay, there is a combat like element to it. Okay. Is it get as close as you can and yeah, and then try and do damage. Cool. Oh, nice, calm and collected. Is he gonna get struck by lightning again? Just nice and tranquil. Just
Stepping boats on the faucet. Such a peaceful place to be seen. It's a wonderful way to be free.
Distant Shore. Okay, I'm going to wishlist that as well. I'll wait till the QR code comes up when they start
Let's
talking
start
about all the games.
with Aphelion.
My understanding is it's a dual protagonist game, so you'll actually be swapping back and forth as they sort of work together. And I'm sure there's parts where you're separated, parts where maybe you're together working.
Aphelion looks cool, but not my cup of tea.
There's so much potential for stories like that. The dual protagonists, seeing
feel
it
like-
converge in the end.
You know it's going to be an emotional game, especially when they put so much emphasis in the music. I
Yep.
feel like music is a tool to catalyst emotion.
I agree with
so
that.
it's definitely something.
We were actually talking about that earlier today. Music and video, and not just video games, and art in general, and media.
Good music changes
It
a
changes
game
everything.
from a game being a good game to a memorable game, a game that will stick with you in a long time. So.
Well, and Donut has a pretty
I'm trying to
storied
see if
background when
my
it comes to
thing's
narrative
even still
games, whether
live.
it's like Life is Strange or like one of my old school favorites, Vampire. Like
Oh no,
they
it is still live.
try different stuff, weird stuff even sometimes, and so this is exciting to see them doing something
They were
different.
using the super alien music instrument. So.
Yeah. What was it called? Is that
A crystal bachette.
Crystal? But
Oh, you're talking about the hand wedding one?
Yeah.
You're really into this hand wedding, right? That's like the only
I
thing
kind
you
of
took
want to
away.
try it, honestly.
I mean,
How do you discover that technique of like, oh, that makes that, yeah.
that this is
Get
an
your hands wet and
award-winning
give it a rub.
composer of the Summit of the Gods as well. So what I find super impressive is just, I feel like people sleep on music so much in games, and then you see behind the scenes of this entire, like, they're in a famous church in Paris playing the organ.
Actually has been a blast to see video game music evolve during the years. Like video games has some great music. Like
It's one of those things. When it's working, you like a lot of time you don't think about it. When music is really good,
Oh,
in a
you're
game,
thinking
you
about?
don't really think about it. But then when it's exceptional, like an Expedition or like the Witcher vibes, you know, then you really remember it. But a lot of the games you play, you probably don't look up the soundtrack, even though the game is pretty good. You know.
Ironically, my Spotify rap this year was like mostly video game scores. I think there's often correlation though whenever a developer does take the music
Too
very
much
seriously
talking.
in a game. It
I'm
often
sure,
reflects
I'm sure
in
they're taking other parts
it
out.
reflects in every other. I mean, think about it. All the games that have, like, you think about the games with the best scores ever, like you just said, The Witcher 3 or whatever. I mean, it correlates to everything else. Every other aspect of the game, they take it seriously.
I feel like they're struggling
Another
to
sci-fi
try and
game,
find talking
That is
points.
probably one of the most anticipated sci-fi games for a very long time is The Expanse: Osiris Reborn, which is from Owlcat as well. It is a third-person action RPG, obviously set in the Expanse universe.
The Expanse is a book and a show, so they're taking inspiration from both. But at the same time, it doesn't require previous knowledge of either for
need
you
to
to
move
be
my
able to
microphone over
enjoy
when I
this.
get the chance.
In this game,
I'm gonna do it
you're
now.
going to be living more or less through what happens in the show. However, from a different perspective, from a different side, with your own group of people, with your own environment, that you got to make your own choices.
I think an important thing to frame all of the Expanse game with is that coming from Owlcat, they are a studio that did like Rogue Trader, for example.
That's better.
Their bread and butter is intense, gritty narratives with unbelievable levels of roleplay depth and choice and
That's better.
consequence, complex systems that interweave. And so seeing them go into this, which is of course a third-person cover-based shooter with many, many RPG
definitely a new
mechanics.
road.
It's a different road, and I asked him about that in our interview, and was like, "How did this happen?"
Oh, yeah, I wanted to
typically
add the
they do sort of an
Expanse.
isometric thing, and they just said when we decided we wanted to tackle the Expanse, it required that cinematic flair, and that's
There we
what
go.
they
Give me
tackled,
the
and they're
last
doing
game.
a phenomenal job. That I mean, the game looks beautiful.
It looks very interesting to me. It looks kind of like Dead Space meets Gears of War,
It's
kind
more
of
like Mass
gameplay-wise.
Effect,
It did. Or, yeah, Mass Effect as well.
The choice and the reputation you have with your companions will change because your companions, they told us, will disagree with some of the stuff you do. They'll get upset or
They will have their
pissed
own
about it.
opinions.
They'll have their own opinions, and they also, one interesting tidbit they mentioned was that when you are making choices in the game, they're not necessarily going to tell you if that was a big moment, if that what you just said to them is going to seriously affect this thing over here.
It's
It
giving me
will,
Mass Effect
but that's all
vibes, and I
behind the
didn't really
scenes.
enjoy Mass
Their
Effect.
game was Distant Shore, Brittany. This is what went viral as almost a portal with magnets.
Yes.
and I think it looks like a lot of fun.
It's such a unique concept. I could see it being big time.
You know,
Like,
it's one of
really
those
is.
games like, you didn't know.
Yeah, David, I
want
didn't.
it,
I
but then
didn't.
you
I
see,
don't
like,
like
oh, that
games
looks like
where
it's a part of
there's
it.
loads of like
Yeah.
talking
we've seen
point
versions of it
things.
before, but
Yeah,
everything
I just didn't
combines,
enjoy
like,
Mass
'cause it
Effect.
makes everyone think of a different game when you see it because we've heard Half-Life, we've heard Portal. I thought of Only Up during some parts of it.
Yeah, I had Only Up.
And other
I thought
puzzle,
Mirror's Edge a little bit with like the parkouring, wall moving stuff.
Yeah,
See, it
just
makes us think of
didn't
so
enjoy
many
it.
different things at once, so I think it's gonna do. Really
Just
well.
wasn't my thing when the Mass Effect games come out.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
didn't really
The boss-
enjoy them.
The boss?
Oh yeah,
Not happening.
Well, and I think it's also really cool that they have.
I have a
boss mechanics, 'cause,
simplistic
like,
mind,
You can tell it started with
so-
the idea of using magnets to
Shoot things,
manipulate
blow
the
things up,
environment,
let-
but then
no
they're like, okay,
talking,
well, we could
done.
raise the stakes, take it up a notch with these boss fights that are organic in the space. And
It also mixes up because it's not just a puzzle game, so there is more to
Yeah.
it and more that you.
Yeah, there's a world that he even showed as well.
It's more than just a puzzle game, like there's narrative behind it.
Exactly. Like they could have just stopped with puzzle game. I think a lot of people would have been perfectly happy with that. But then they go and build on that with a story, boss fights, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, if it's not
It
just
does look
reach a
sick.
destination or do a final
That's
thing,
fair.
if
We
it's
were
actually a
into
narrative,
it, so I
like you said,
personally enjoyed it. Although I never
I think it's
finished
one
the
to keep an
Limited
eye on.
Edition, as when that came out, I recently finished the play for a bit and sat around on it for the achievements. Yeah.
Next up, we have two very exciting updates coming from Obsidian. That being
Avowed.
some updates for Avowed as well as Grounded 2. We
That's
also
a game
got
I need to play
exclusive
properly.
time with them and had some interviews, which
And I
were
need to still
very
play
exciting.
Grounded 2, but I want to play it once it's actually ready. Avowed, I need
is
to give a proper go.
Obsidian first-person action RPG set in the world of Pillars of Eternity, where the player plays as an envoy sent by the Emperor of Edir to the Living Lands to investigate a mysterious plague that's kind of spreading
Again, this was a
throughout the
game that
lands,
came out
causing
when I just didn't
chaos,
want to
and
play a
plays
game like
the,
this.
the envoy trying to figure out what's kind of going on down there. Do things that affect it in positive ways, negative ways, or in between type of ways, with that type of choice and consequence. In terms of,
I know a lot of
those
people that
things we've been
enjoyed
supporting
playing
on
this,
it,
though,
like
when it
we've
came
gotten
out.
A bunch of abilities added to the Ranger and Fighter trees to kind of more fill it out comparatively to the Wizard tree. Aspects about it that are like Arachnophobia mode, that was like a big community requested feature. as
Oh,
well as,
okay.
Changes to progression, improvements there, gear improvements, and as well as bug fixes and crash fixes.
And you can play now as the different species.
Yeah, we've added different species.
Yeah.
Okay.
Malwyn, Orlins, and Dwarves are now playable.
Dwarf.
A lot of
Yes,
our
play as the
decisions we make
dwarfs.
are revolving around the player community, so we work, really closely with our community management team. We get like a spreadsheet, kind of see what the things that are bubbling to the top. Like an example, like quarterstaff was something where just we wanted to feel like more like a wizard, right? That kind of wizardy vibe, as well as playing as Orlins. Like players just were bummed that we didn't include that in the base game. So I mean, it really comes down to like the
I like that
time
they're
and
listening
what
to the
community
community.
wants,
That's
and
good.
That's kind of how we decide to go about it. Yeah.
We notice like players really role play their characters in the game. So we always want to give them as many options as we can to like customize their features or character.
It's like a
to
furry
kinda
Stitch
have this fantasy in
species.
this world as they journey through the story. We just wanted to give them as many possible options as they can to really make the character they want.
People
to
would
make,
spend hours in character
and just make it
customization, so if you
just
can go
their
down that
own.
route when you with
Stuff like,
updates,
all the playable
why not?
races, we discussed it early on in Avowed. It's something both previous Pillars games had. It's a lot of work and a difficult thing.
Oh, yeah, I
to
forget that
nail
there's
down,
magic guns
especially
in the game
Avowed
as well.
with its parkour systems and its combat mechanics and all the weapon types and stuff like that in the game. Our different races are different sizes, they're different shapes, they're
I need to go back and
a
play it. It's on
very
Game Pass,
unique
so
game experience when you play as each one of them in a first-person game specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So it was something like new to Wrangle for Avowed. We had no time to finish it as we're making Avowed, and now we can give it to the players, so it's a more rounded experience compared
Nice.
to the original Pillars game.
Wasn't it the new
It should be
Dragon
a
Age
whole
where,
new
where
way
before
to
the
play
game code
game
come
if you
out,
pick an Orlin or
they
an
just
Amala, it
used
makes
character
you
custom?
feel
I think
completely
so.
different
Yeah, if I
in
remember
the
rightly,
world,
you could.
especially if you use third person or first person. It changes it again how you feel and present in this game. So it's
I think it's
pretty
Dragon's
awesome
Dogma, I
that we
think.
can finally bring that.
New Game Plus allows the player to bring over all their abilities, all their equipable gear. It does reset it back to level 1, so it's not like you're just outright OP basically, but you'll have the end game gear with all its like enchants to be able to just start the new game, as well as we have like modifiers on enemies that kind of either make them more resistant to some of the elemental types.
That's quite
or,
cool.
Modifiers that make them more resistant to being stun locked or hit reacted. And that kind of gets sprinkled in kind of some.
I definitely need to give this another go from the looks of it.
Experience to kind of get that added challenge, but also let the player still feel somewhat like they're accumulating their abilities over.
I love that it's just ranger, but you can use
We
guns.
notice players like to take photos of their envoys, but it's very difficult in the game. You have to get the camera just right to get a certain distance from the character, or capture the shot in a conversation when you see your character. So this allows you to really get into it.
Photo
and
mode.
Capture some awesome shots or some scary shots, depending which way you're going.
We're super excited to announce that Avowed's finally going to come out to PS5. Pre-orders are going to be out today. Keep an eye out on our socials, and we'll announce when the store page is open.
Nice. I like when games go onto the other consoles as well. Like, I'm looking forward to playing Grounded 2 eventually. Angry Ladybug.
Grounded 2 is a survival game. It is set in a gigantic city park. You play as a teenager who has been shrunken to roughly the size of an ant, and you just have to survive in this environment.
The new
with,
terrain looks sick.
Insects that are the size of a bus, and figuring out how to eat and get some water and fight those bugs and
the
craft
buggy
materials
system's
and new
cool as well.
weapons. As you go and gain in power and get over those initial survival challenges, you can sort of get into the story of what has really happened in this park. A number of huge updates planned for the park. This is
The
the
lore
first
is
big
sick
content
as
update
well.
that we have. We've been calling it the winter update. It's really about adding in this next big chunk to the park, and that comes with a lot of things that are very, very exciting for us. With this winter update, which is the community garden, is attached right to that early picnic area. On the map, it's just to the east of it, behind the gigantic statue of Tully and Burgle. This was our opportunity to really start delving into a brand new biome with everything that entailed. You've got a vegetable garden, you've got a greenhouse, and you've got a pumpkin patch.
I'm still probably going to
All
wait
of
until the
these
game's fully
introduce
done.
A lot of new and different types of artwork and places for the player to explore. And then, of course, then we need all the insects that go in these areas too. And so a ton of new insects that are in there. As I love to say, all of these insects
Angry Ladybug.
you can fight. Maybe they're docile and you can attack them. Many of them are aggressive and will
Glowbug.
attack you.
Black
and
ants.
regardless, you can
Hornets
fight them, learn
or
their
wasps?
tactics, and then eventually turn
Wasps.
them into fashionable attire and new weapons.
Going to a new biome, a new area in the park allows us to fully lean into what makes the park unique from the backyard. And for us, that means that mixture of really organic structures as well as that man-made touch. That this was designed by humans at human level.
Wasps are coming back, which
Nice.
are a lot of fun to fight, but can be kind of annoying. Again, this is a survival game, so so excited about those things.
The
coming
wasps
back.
were annoying to
Black
try and
ants are also
fight.
coming back too, and like with both of those, you get sets of armor and different weapons.
That's cool.
That you can craft
I like
after
the
you
black ant
defeat
armor.
These creatures. We're more excited about the new creatures that are coming in the garden update, though. So we developed a brand new creature in the cricket. The
Ooh.
cricket is pretty big. Again, this is the size of a large bus, probably. It has some very unique attack combinations that are a lot
That's
of fun.
quite cool.
It can
I like
also,
that.
Of course, jump very, very far. It has its own armor sets. It has its own weapon or weapons that you can craft based upon it. And
Try
the
not
same
to give
thing
things
for,
away.
Earwig. We actually have two different types of earwig. There's sort of a ranged earwig and a melee earwig. that
Ooh,
tend to
okay.
travel around together to thwart the player with their strategic
How weird.
opportunities. Again, you can turn those into.
And it turns you into
armor.
Raiden.
Of course, turn them into your base furnishings. You can turn them into weapons. And we think they'll offer some exciting and unique
Go away.
combat opportunities.
I'm already wish listing everything already.
Want Grounded 1 players to be excited to see these creatures again, but also to be surprised and delighted by the changes. Just like we did in the picnic area, we've revamped the combat. So that means even looking at the old legacy creatures and going, okay, how do we make them a part of the system? How do we
Ooh,
make them
okay.
challenging in this new dance? How can we leverage our systems to make them more interesting? And
Fair.
so hopefully there's a couple of twists coming, even with the old favorites, that will keep
Stinkbug.
veteran players on their toes and will surprise and delight new players.
We have a brand new buggy, the Ladybug buggy.
Oh, it's
which
a
you'll
late,
be
like a
able
tank.
to get and raise and hatch, and then ride around in the yard. And we're pretty
That's
excited about all
cool.
that stuff. Like, I think all of it is coming together just really well.
I think
This is definitely one of
every
those games
single
I'm
grounded
glad I'm
player
waiting
from
until
Grounded
it's
1
fully
at some
out.
point jumped on the Ladybug and let it transport them around. And we often joke that that was the original buggy prototype. And there's something so iconic about the Ladybug and getting on it and wanting to ride it that it felt like
It
an
just turns into a little tank.
But what's important for
like a
us
little water
whenever
tank.
we do introduce a new buggy,
It is.
we don't want it to just be another one or just a horse, you know? And so it really boiled down to what can the Ladybuggy bring to the table that the other ones weren't? What can make her stand apart and bring a utility and an experience to the player that the other buggies
Oh, you can
aren't?
run 'em
How can we
over.
carve out her own little niche in the game. She's the tank.
And buffs.
She's, you know, the one who can get into the really tough fights and withstand those large swarms of insects. And that's where the idea of the water cannon on her back
Takes the aggro.
and, you know, players being able to shoot at their enemies. And that ended up, you know, providing a ton of gameplay opportunities and a really
It'll be a later game
being able to shoot down
buggy, though.
the aerial insects that are often a bit more challenging and a bit more frustrating for players. Well, now you have this, you know, ranged weapon that you can take them down with. That feels super satisfying, almost like an anti-air.
That's
gun.
very
For
clever.
us, as soon as we crack that, it felt like, okay, there she is. That's her niche. And now it's just about bringing that experience to life and finding
The magic
moments
attack
in
weapons are pretty
the
cool.
garden experience.
Oh,
to
pretty
really
butterflies.
Highlight that and let that shine for the player.
Okay, we will eventually get round to playing
So we
Grounded
saw
2.
about great interview that you did over there. We see now that we have New Game Plus coming, photo mode, new weapon type, changing appearance. There's new character presets. You got new races, which
Species,
I'm sure,
yeah.
Lua will have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, they're doing a lot, and I mean,
I'm
the game,
liking-
of
I'm
course,
liking the
launched earlier
updates.
this year. Obsidian's been very
Busy this year.
busy, yeah, and they're doing these free updates
Later
now,
this
and
or
so
earlier
they
this
also are
year.
adding New Game Plus,
So this was
which
clearly
adds a
recorded
whole new
before
reason
the
for you
new
to
year.
Go back through the game. So the game is coming to PS5.
We got another one.
We got
The Valve Platinum Trophy was insane.
Here we go.
yeah, but yeah, but it's coming, and it's available for pre-order as of this
Right
show
now?
going live. So right now, so check it out. And when I talked to them, they were saying how important the community is to them, how they've listened to a lot of their feedback, like adding arachnophobia mode on Grounded.
You say, Luke, if I'm scared of spiders, what do I do?
Yeah, there's arachnophobia mode.
Yay.
Like that's kind of their driving force is looking at.
Hey, mate, has you
with
any
the
good
community,
announcements? So
saying,
no
communicating,
no
like, hey, we'd like
proper
more
world
species and more
firsts.
customization
First of all, hello, buddy.
options
How you
and
doing?
character builder. Okay,
I am
we'll
very
do
well.
that, and
Thank you very much.
It's just really nice to see them do that.
No world
They could
firsts.
put it
It's
in a
just
paid
like
package, but
games
they're
that
not.
are
They're
already
just-
out
it's a labor of
and
love,
they've been given a
I
platform,
really
pretty
like
much.
how, as you're
So,
going to a new game plus, you can also change your character's appearance.
They've just shown
so you
updates
keep some of your
for
skills and
Avowed
stuff, but
and
if
Grounded
you
2.
are tired of how
So,
your character
but
looks, or you want
there's been a couple of good
something new,
games.
try a
Like
different
it's been a
race,
good
you
show
can do
so
that by
far,
just
but it's
going to New Game
very
Plus. You don't need to go back
podcast coded.
Besides that, we also had Grounded 2.
Like, this is
which
how
is
they've got
bringing
it set
the
up,
Garden of
pretty
Brook
much.
Hollow Park that is now going to be open, so it's a new biome.
But
they have
it's
new creatures, new
a good
tools,
show
new
so
mushroom
far.
brick material that
For
you
a
can build
first
more
show,
stuff with,
it's a good
and
show so
also
far.
a new Ladybug buggy.
How was your walk home in the snow? I saw your
those of you watching,
TikTok
that's
stream
the-
briefly.
It's a play on word. Ladybug E because you can mount it and ride it like a buggy.
Yeah, and speaking to listening community, they also take a lot of feedback. This is a game that launched back into early access back in July, and so this is a major
Yeah, it's been
winter
out for a
update, is what
while.
they're calling it. And it was heavily requested to have more types of transport, which they are still planning more for the future that people can be excited about. But they always listen to feedback about.
It'll be more
should an
spider
insect be an
or a
enemy? Should an
flying
insect
a
be what they
flying
call,
buggy would be good.
Is it docile or docile? I'm from Iowa.
Whatever you prefer.
Yeah. Different insects can be friendly, some can be enemies, and then of course they can also treat them now as transport as well.
You looked at Luke when you asked.
Well, yeah, I'm not looking at you. And so with this update,
Alright, got caught up in
they're
the snow,
doing
so
this
yeah, it was
throughout
shit.
a lot of the
And this is a
timeline,
weird
like, they're gonna
setup, but it's
give you a lot of
working,
these
that's
big
good.
updates, and you're
It's a
gonna be
very
kind of
weird
surprised, like,
setup.
when
It's
it
just
first
a
released early access,
podcast.
there was still plenty to do.
That's
It
what this
was
is, really.
a survival game, but if you were a fan of Grounded, the original, you knew they were still going to have a great winter update for you like this. And so they have a lot on their roadmap, but because of the way the game is oddly like scaled down, you know, it's from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like the way it's shrunk down, they have so much they still want to do and will be doing for a long, long time.
Yeah, Grounded 2 was definitely clever.
That thing's horrifying. It turns around and like...
You're like, wait, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Spreading. I gotta give them credit. Like, Obsidian's been so...
What you've been playing as a recent,
busy.
Reese?
Like, the fact that you
Or has
put
it just
out
been
two
Fortnite
pretty
mainly for you?
sizable games in 1 year, and a bunch of updates for it.
And it seemed like they were cooking something huge, right? Because
Yeah, they just had Tim Kaine come back out of retirement. He's one of the creators of Fallout back in the day, and he
didn't he also was some of the original creators of Vampire Bloodlines?
I think he did.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of a legend of the industry. He in 2020 went and started doing consulting work with Obsidian, but he was, in his words, semi-retired. But he's actually gone back to Obsidian to work full-time in office, moved to the studio on some project that's unannounced, and he said, "Don't bother guessing. You will not guess it." So.
Oh, okay,
new
interesting.
IP, something crazy, who knows? But they are
Bit of that, but trying to find something I can properly stream as I love it, but I'm getting really pissed with Fortnite lately. Oh, here comes.
At least for Fallout stuff, because you know the TV show being excellent and everyone itching for more Fallout. So
Onward to Forsaken,
Next up, we
Dragon
have 3
Twin.
fantasy
We've got an
RPG
advert
games that are
in
looking
5
very
minutes.
cool. As I
I'm
would
going to get the
say.
advert quickly out the
This
way
is gonna be
now.
Hour 2 from Night Dot Studio, a follow-up to their
Hopefully
other
it doesn't take
survival
too long.
game, Outward, obviously.
If you don't want
We have
adverts,
Iron's Fall
subscribe.
by Titan Rock, and then we also have Dragon Twin by Draconic Interactive.
Ooh, this is giving me enshrouded vibes.
Outward is
I never played Outward 1.
For once, you're not some kind of special superhero or the last child from a prophecy.
Gameplay isn't that great. Oh,
You're just a
really?
dude or a dude.
Has it just not
And the
changed
reason
much, or just
why
it's gotten
they are
worse?
Downscaling who the player is because they want to be immersed more than they want to be powerful, and that was the big change in our approach. And we made all of our design decisions to be in alignment with.
Don't think I remember anything
if you
about
were just a
Outward 1.
regular person and you wanted to think like a human would, but in a fantasy world. It's when you are aloof, when you're just like, it's not so dangerous, I've done it before. And that's when life just snaps back at you, right? In real life, that's like that. It should be like that in the design as well. So one gigantic...
Yeah, this is giving me
thing
very
is the
much enshrouded
gratification.
vibes.
In Outward 1, like, we had very ugly protagonists. And we didn't have a lot of options. You know, you had like 3 skin colors, a handful of faces, a handful of haircuts, and that was it. It feels like really drawing yourself into an RPG. You choose a background, you choose traits, you have a very granular system to modify and customize your character to your liking. One of the big thing is you choose one of 3 starting locations. So as a regular person, what justifies...
It's like a proper open world game.
How do you become an adventurer? Well, we have 3 different quests, depending on which city you choose. So if you are in Simeon's Bastion,
It's like
you are a
Cyberpunk's
homeless
3
person, you're desperate.
tiers.
In Tramontaine, you are a miner and you're trying to like improve your status and your quality of life.
Miner as a
Haru,
kid or
you
miner as a
are
miner?
Just a clerk who just bought a house. What could possibly go wrong? You know, and very mundane situations, like you're not special or anything, but something special happens.
It looks good.
And then you have to.
It looks like a very pretty game.
We want a weather system that is very dynamic. So now we have a year-long calendar with seasons, and you just go through all that. So
Ooh.
it's gonna be winter, and then it's spring, and then summer, and does change, like what kind of.
I thought he had a
stuff
music
you
box on
found,
his
what
back
kind of
then.
armor you need to wear. Tool wielding is gigantic, so now you can combine anything that goes in one hand, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. In Outward 1, like you had your offhand could only have a set amount of things, and you had your main hand. Now you can just interchange. You can have 2 shields if you want. It sucks. I don't recommend, but you can.
I'm gonna run
Of
around
course,
with 2
like, just
shields.
visually, and the fact that it's much more lush. It's more
Hey, there's a
filled,
shield
it's
warrior
more
in Dungeons and
visually
Dragons,
vibrant.
so
That's going to be something that people will notice very quickly. Just like in
I'd
Outward
want 2
1,
shields
we
now.
Have 8 skill trees, and all those skill trees have some exclusive skills. So if you take one, you can't take the other, and you have a maximum of 3 breakthrough points. So there's only 3 skill trees that you can learn from to the maximum of the capabilities.
Ooh,
Otherwise,
okay,
you
there's
have
loads
the
of skill
first
trees.
Few layers of skills available. One thing we added
Interesting.
are the attribute points, the core stats, so strength, agility, constitution.
It's built
willpower,
like a PC
intelligence.
game.
We
Like
added
you can
those.
tell on
We're
PC
gonna
this is going to
track
play well
lots
because
of different things
left
that
trigger,
you-
right
they're all
trigger,
gonna have, like,
and then all the
different
buttons.
functions. So
It
let's
just
say
seems so
you
complicated.
dodge attacks successfully a certain number of times, you unlock a node that will give you a passive trait and increase your agility. So very small incremental changes. We start with very simple things, and it expands us in more and more circles.
That's
so
clever.
You won't be able from the very start to unlock all 3 skill trees just because you have the cash to do it. You will have to have experience. You will need to have practiced.
You'd
the
have had
life
to
of
have done
danger and
something to be
Ori
able to get that
to
skill
be able
tree.
to understand, like get to the next level of the skill trees. Other than that, well, I think it's important to note that all 4 regions are new regions, so it's really just completely new environment.
Interesting.
Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into our upcoming action RPG, Varen's Call. The world of Leda is entirely shrouded by darkness
What with
on
these
one side,
mics?
while scorched by endless sun on the other.
These are all teams that are probably working from home and don't have good
As you may have
microphones.
noticed, is the name of the universe we are meticulously crafting. Your first steps within the Forsaken Realms will take you to the Vale of Varen, a city on the brink of collapse, and the first of our narrative-focused adventures. You'll step into the boots of a lone mercenary, seeking to answer Varen's call for aid.
Well, okay, this is
earn some
giving
golden
me
glory along the
Valheim
way.
vibes. Oh, Valheim with Enshrouded with the enemies. Jesus.
It's clear that Varen needs a hero, and every hero
And Fable.
needs a way to slay the countless fantastical beasts they'll encounter. Varen's Call aims to cater to a wide range of playstyles, offering
That's
you the
sick.
freedom to combat the unknown in a variety
Okay.
of ways. Whether you prefer to be a nimble-footed archer, flinging
Oh.
fireballs between arrows, or face your foes toe-to-toe as an
Beyblade.
axe-wielding whirlwind of death, the choice is yours. The game's classless system
Turn
means
yourself
you're
into
never
a
locked into playing
Beyblade.
a specific way. You have the ability to adapt,
Ooh.
alter, or completely switch playstyles midway through your adventure. Unlock and spend perk points to obtain new
Cool.
skills and abilities, and level up your mercenary's core stats by gaining character experience. Hidden chests throughout the world will reward you with a range of weapons, armor, and unique trinkets.
A jar
Some
of
providing
perpetual
unique effects
spoilage.
to help you gain an edge in your next combat encounter.
Sure.
The local hamlet of South Vale acts as a hub, a safe space that provides various amenities. for you
Okay,
to
it's
further
giving
develop
me
your
giving me Fable vibes.
Use the forge to upgrade the weapons and armor you find throughout the world, and the dismantling bench to deconstruct items for materials. The spell crafting table can be used to increase the power of your magic.
Awesome.
Everything from an area of effect freeze attack that stops the enemy in their tracks, to ripping up the
Cool.
ground
Okay.
from underneath their feet with destructive force.
Oh, alright, Earthbender.
Use the trap making bench to upgrade and unlock new traps and gadgets.
Oh, sick. Okay,
Nice
trapping
complement
systems.
to your arsenal, allowing you the opportunity
Just
to
place.
catch your enemies off guard. And finally, the alchemy cauldron. This can be used. To
Okay,
boost the
I'm
brew
liking
multitude
the
of
look of
mixtures.
this.
From replenishing health
This
and
might
restoring
might
stamina,
fill
to
in
curing yourself
my
of nasty status effects. These concoctions
Fable,
are sure to
missing
make you
Fable at
enjoy
the current moment.
Okay,
Lemonade.
great. So you've
Oh, Jesus.
equipped that shiny new helmet, purchased that slightly overpriced magic spell you always had your eyes on, and upgraded that new Polybuster barrel to the volatile variant that has even more boom. You're ready to get back into the fight, but maybe you want a change of pace. Yes, you're supposed to be the hero and save the city, but heroes need breaks too.
Oh, you can pet the
Besides,
mammoths.
there's a whole world to explore.
The hell is
and
that?
Quirky characters from all walks of life need your help.
That's a mandrake.
With their problems.
Then you've come about the job.
You might find yourself involved in a murder mystery, helping a
This
local
is
peacekeeper
Fable.
catch the
This
criminal
is
behind
just
the death
Fable.
of her beloved friend. Or maybe you're on a mission to rid Varen of the Gnomi scourge that plagues the city. All because a crazy guy in an outhouse
Gnomi.
called you a hero?
This is Fable. Oh, dude, seen there is an Xbox event this month. Oh, is there? Ooh.
Maybe we should stick to the main task at hand after all.
Oh yeah, it's a developer
Varen's
one.
Call is soon to release on
It's a
PC
developer
with
one.
full
I don't
control
think it'll be
support,
Fable.
with the
It's
aim of releasing on consoles at a
playground
later date.
games, so it'll be things
Our
like
game is inspired by classics like Fable and the Elder
Forza
Scrolls.
and
If
stuff.
it
Pretty
sounds like
much.
your
I don't
kind of
think there'll be
adventure,
any big
consider
reveals.
heading over to Steam and adding it to your wishlist to stay up to date with us. Until then, we'll see you mercenaries soon.
Okay, Varen's cool. Seems pretty cool. I definitely want to add that to the wish list. Interesting. Dragon Twin. Oh, we love a dragon game. Oh, it's literally a dragon riding game. Playground is doing Fable. Oh, maybe then. Create your dragon, take to the skies, ride into battle, and command armies from the back of your fiery flying friend. Sick. If I can, so I'm hoping that it gets shown finally. They'll do another trailer, knowing them. If I could dogfight as a dragon, sweet. Oh, they're trying to have it so you can do ground stuff as well. Oh, they're showing a game that might not actually continue because of funding. Okay. Kingdom Builder. Just stick with dragons. An early access demo is available to Patreon supporters, or I might have to go and have a look. Current version focuses on the flight system, with more features being added in the future as they get ready for testing. Cool. Okay. Hopefully they get funding then in that case, because this could look like a sick game. Interesting. Oh, then you can have custom dragons. Sick. Ah, yes, posing. It needs a good pose system. Okay, Dragon Twin looks interesting. The quickest trailer. Okay. It's got potential if it gets the funding.
How hard is this game going to be? Because the most common question about the original Outward was, okay, this is like, does it have to be so hard?
I actually got to play the game in the alpha version, and I got my ass kicked.
I'm glad.
Deserved.
But it's actually amazing.
I'll add it to the
I
wish
actually
list.
really enjoyed it because exploring this game felt very rewarding, and there's like a camping system, so you can camp like
this
right
is the wrong
outside like the enemy
QR
zone, and then
code.
you prepare,
This is
your
blind descent's
weapons
QR
and
code.
everything to wreck the enemy, because if you don't prepare, oh,
They put the wrong QR code on it.
It's known to be a very, very hardcore survival. And when I was talking to Guillaume, he was like, if you die, it is likely your fault. And we all heard him say, like, it's not hard, but it is demanding. And they always at all times want to live up to those words, which is really awesome. And they will have a pack mule, which he said, of course, shocker, can die if you don't take care of it.
Of course.
But it's, one of the big struggles was with inventory.
they're doing a
spacing
playtest on it as well.
Along other struggles that players had to really try and play out this game. Like,
yeah, they
you
put
were
the wrong
saying earlier,
QR code.
You can't dilly-dally in this game. You have to really know what you're going to do, and eventually you'll get a hang of things. But another big one was dual wielding. So you can dual wield, he says, anything in the game.
I love dual wielding.
Double shielded up, which he says is not recommended.
you can attack with the shield. It's super close.
He really loves to stress all of these niche things.
What microphones are they using that you can't hear her?
You can perforate a lung. Trauma. She has clearly sprained. You can sprain her.
I also got brain damage.
You can have a concussion. It will all impact you, and all of these ailments take different lengths of time to recover from.
I got a concussion in game as well. It was really tough.
Oh, God.
What were you doing? What were you doing out of game?
It was it was just kind of like a play on, because whenever I told people I got a concussion, brain damage in game, a lot of people in my chat would say like in game.
Sounds like the most hardcore of hardcore.
Yeah.
Survivals.
It was really fun, and you can also play with friends, and then things become a lot more bearable.
They showed the split screen.
Yeah,
and
so
it
you
looks
can play
awesome.
split screen with your friends, and it's really nice.
Okay, this has got
especially because
multiplayer.
then, like you get beaten up, and then your friends get beaten up. So and then you know.
can get digital concussions together.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Forsaken Realms, Baron's Call. We were all sitting here saying
This was quite cool.
It looks sick.
Most importantly, controller support. I can play that one.
I was trying to put my finger on what like the vibe was, and at the very end of the trailer, they say inspired by games like Fable. They really struck
Yeah,
an
you could
interesting
tell.
vibe. It seems like it's got a lot of soul and heart.
You
in
could
it.
tell it was
Talked
inspired
about
by
music a lot
Fable.
today. I just want to say that was something I noticed right there. That flute, there's something about a flute. When a flute starts playing,
When the
in a
flute
fantasy
started,
game,
yeah,
dude.
When the flute started playing, he was like, "Oh my god,
I'm ready to go to war."
No, the game looks really nice. It looks very well detailed, and I can't wait to try it.
Yes.
They angled it that like, hey, you can do this thing. You can really focus on combat and the main quest line, the main story, but this is also an expansive world where there are a bunch of little side stories where you can go to these individual side characters and like help them catch their chicken.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
murder mystery
It's
or whatever
Fable.
It is. And
It's
I feel
just
like that's
Fable
what
at the end of
builds
the
out a
day.
world and makes it feel more full. So I think it looks great. Third, we had Dragon Twin. I don't even know if we're.
Let's ride!
Dude, you can make your own dragon. There's a character creator for your dragon.
I love
Did you
that this
see
is
the
the most
net
excited.
Customizer? I mean, like Jake was like.
To be fair, is very early in production. They're working on all these systems for Dragonflight, and as they mentioned in the trailer, it's still a work in progress. They're like finding the game and what it's going to be based on funding, Patreon support, things like that. But I
That's
mean,
the
just,
most excited
like,
they've been for the
imagining
whole
vision
evening.
of a kingdom builder where like you're in command of dragons like Khaleesi. Like inject that into my veins. It's another one of those games I didn't know I needed or wanted, but
Never even came across your mind. You're like, wait a second.
Dragon dogfighting.
Of course.
Of course I need
awesome.
that.
I can't wait to see how it progresses because it already looks amazing.
But
Yes,
they
it
left the
does.
combat pretty open-ended. Like we saw some battle
Yes.
scenes, we saw some light with other dragons maybe fighting, and how that's going to come into play. I'm really curious
The
about.
movement. I mean, you're gonna get some battlefield
The,
pilots.
It's so cinematic,
The cinematic
man,
shots you're going to get with that dragon is going to be crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, the cube.
Next up, we have
Yes.
some exclusive content coming from Munfish, a comparison of the twins from Atomic Heart. Now in the cube, a very exciting game I think we're all looking forward to.
The
and
cube
for
looks
Atomic
sick.
Heart, some new screenshots from their DLC number 4. On top of that, there is also Immortal Gates of Pyre that we had an incredible interview with that Jake hosted, where we talk a little bit about the making
Never played
of
the
the
Atomic
game,
Heart games.
people behind it,
They looked
and
good, but
RTS.
I don't think they played very well. This looks like it's going to be sick, though. It's all in the same universe. Yeet! Oh, okay. Fair play. Whatever this trailer is. What is going on? 2 is out or coming out? I think it's coming out soon. Oh, this is the Atomic Heart DLC. I thought it was the cube.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
It's in the sky, a giant cube.
Okay, this looks sick.
I can still barely
Because I think this has
believe
got
it
a battle
myself.
royale mode in it as well.
When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see
I was
it.
in the toilet.
You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness. How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually
Damn.
miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
Yeah, this looks sick. You can tell this is going to be so fast-paced as well. Oh, hello. All right. Yes. Ugh. That made me shiver. That was a very weird movement. And I think this is a MOBA that I think they're doing.
So Immortal Gates of Pyre is an attempt to modernize and make more accessible the RTS genre while simultaneously keeping all of the complexity and the opportunities for mastery that have made RTS so popular over the years. So it's I would refer to it as a Blizzard-style RTS, the fast action, big battles, very tactical, kind of very rapid-fire chess. We realized that RTS, in part because it was dominated by a few big players, never really went through the kind of indie transformational experimentation. Some of the companies that tried to do so did so by stripping away features or losing some of the things that really made RTS great. In the early days, we surveyed a lot of players in both MOBA and RTS communities, and found that they really loved the fantasy.
Never really got on with RTS games.
At the end of the day, if you were to strip it all away, is just
they always look really good, but just not my cup of tea.
Real time, right? Because you get individual unit control, it can be very overwhelming, and because you're also building those units, because you're building a base, because you're having.
The only one I played was Halo Wars. I played Halo Wars a little bit just because it was Halo.
Simultaneously, that for most players it just gets overwhelming and complicated, and so we worked through it kind of line by line, trying to figure out what are the rote tasks, what are the things that players are required to do that are not really decisions, that are more just chores, right? And how do we make more and more of the complexity in the game, but optional, opt-in. We refer to it as opt-in complexity.
So I liked, I think a lot of people liked Halo Wars because of it being Halo and it was simplified.
We want to take this genre and show people this genre isn't dead. People want this fantasy. They want this experience. A lot of it has to do with things like the UI and the UX, the unit design, and a lot of that opt-in complexity. So, for example, in most RTSs, you always have to be building workers. If you're not building workers, you're falling behind on your economy and you're screwed. The correct move,
there's too much complication with RTSs,
is to build a worker every chance you get. So we made that automated, but have a toggle. If you want to turn it off, you can. So if you're trying to do a specific timing attack, you can, but we took that complexity away. One of the other things
they've made it some more simplistic.
How in MOBAs you have a unified command card, right? All of the abilities and castable abilities on your hero are easy to reach. You can hit all of those buttons very quickly on one hand. We redesigned the UI UX to be the same way. So you can select your whole army with one button by default, and then all of the abilities, castable abilities of your army are also on that one unified command card. One of the things that people often tell us is that when they watch our game, it looks like an RTS, but when they play it, it almost plays more like a MOBA in terms of how they're commanding their army.
That's why I thought it was a MOBA.
Our early idea was if we bring the top, 10 modders within generally the strategy gaming space, if we bring them all together and we say, if we were to come together and build a game that truly is the next generation of RTS, what does it look like? And that's what we set out to do. The 1v1 or 2v2 PvP experiences, they're similar to a StarCraft or a StarCraft 2. Maps, we did redesign the maps and we redesigned the mechanics in a way that 2v2 is actually really, really fun. It's a core support gameplay mode. And
I can see this
players,
doing well.
including pro players, have actually really enjoyed.
If they've
doing
taken on all the
PvP tournaments.
features of
But
other
the ultimate
games
goal is to
make
destroy
like the
enemy's
next
town
generation
centers, and
of
so it's kind of a
RTS,
tactical back and forth.
I can
with
see this doing well.
counters and strategic
Again, not my kind of
snipings and
game,
using
but
immortal abilities in clever ways.
it will do
So
well.
It's great for mastery and laddering and skill gain. Ultimately, or at least the goal, is to have other PvP modes that are more casual or more playful, kind of some chaos modes, auto battler modes, things like that, where if you just have 10 minutes and you want to have a beer while doing it, and you want to do something that's a bit strategic, but you don't want to get that sweaty, we want to have those experiences too. That's a big part of the target market that we're looking at, is people that like to be challenged mentally, but don't necessarily.
This will go down well
try
with
to do
people
the
that like
crazy
RTS
APM
games.
and don't want to get too invested in the competition. We want to do a full grand campaign. The inspiration for how we kind of want, or how we see the ideal campaign.
The
if we
visuals
can
are
build
really
it,
clever
is very
as well.
similar
I
to
like the
Dark
visuals.
Crusade. It's a grand campaign. You can be kind of any of these different factions and conquering territory and building new and unique stories.
Interesting.
One of the better trailers that I think we all saw back around SGF last
Yeah, not
year.
our new trailer that we're showing with this. Of course, the twin comparison is new, which is very cool to see the twins for the first time in this universe, if you like Atomic Heart. But the trailer itself for the Cube, nothing new.
The potential for that game is like unmatched.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the
Very
Cube.
good at cinematics, and also just like the concept of playing a game like that with the map constantly changing, the biomes changing. It like breaks my brain to think about, but in a fun way. I think.
Like different terrains, different weather.
It's gonna be so fast
They show that
paced.
sliding clip where she's sliding, and then as the cube is apparently rotating, we don't know how that mechanic even works with the
Well, I'm
map.
assuming you can fall off. Like if you fall
You would
off the
think,
map,
right?
you just like that's. I'm sure you're
Or get
dead.
crushed.
And
by,
they've
like,
taken so
rotations,
many
you know?
gameplay mechanics already. We saw from that short trailer. You saw wall running. You saw just like traditional gunplay.
The other cool part to me is that it is set in a universe that people have already been a part of.
The world of Atomic Heart's very interesting.
Can you
as well.
explain it a little
It's
bit?
kind of like it is Soviet Russia in an alternate timeline where they've mastered robotics, but then there's like evil robots.
And in terms of vibe, it's kind of like Soviet Bioshock. And it's a
Yeah,
vibe.
that was the thing that I
And
kind
what's
of
interesting is
appealed.
that from the
was that
original
it was
game,
like
Atomic Heart, one
Soviet
of the
Bioshock.
primary things people loved about it were like the boss fights, and then like the outdoor environments and the art direction. And that is
Oh, this is
just
already
the
on my wish
cube.
list, that's fine.
And then they're adding in this multiplayer component as well, with like it seems like PvE elements with bosses that you'll fight against together as the cube rotates. I can't wait to find out more.
I love how open-ended they are. Munfish is like, we are all curious because we don't know the exact direction they're going and where it could end up. And I was trying to pinpoint like what game I was looking at, because we are gonna flow into Atomic Heart, and I love that tie between those worlds. But I honestly saw a piece of like the finals and the first destructibility and cube movement we saw when the finals first released. There was something about that aesthetic that I also saw, and I was like, okay, now I'm instantly locked back into this.
The DLCs people love. There's already Atomic Heart 1 and 2. This is their fourth and final DLC for Atomic Heart. And when we saw the trailer, we saw the screenshots, it adds new environments and it looks good.
It's interesting that they
Then
do
the third
DLC
game on
for
our
the
list,
original
that
game.
one was Immortal Gates of Pyre by Sunspear. Jake, you had a great conversation with Ian.
My boy Ian. It's a game that's been in development for a long time. We're going to probably talk about how it's a group of modders, and so they've hired a lot of modders, and they have that DNA for this game and a lot of the concepts they want to plan out for the future.
It's always good if they can
They've had
hire
hands
people
on
that
this
are
for
already
almost
doing
10
stuff
years,
like
but
this.
They've been working hard on it for about 5, is what they would tell you, and they really want to try and combat. As we all know, like the RTS genre is really hard to get into because
high barrier of entry.
I agree, because it's like you see these games, you know RTS games, and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work on micro, macro, and all those movements per second and whatnot. And they want to try and combat the pillars that have already established themselves in the RTS genre. We know Age of
now
Empires,
both
but
of
we
my
also know
live streams
StarCraft
for
is the
YouTube
one
are
that people
now
kind of go to. And he was
16
saying
by 9.
they've had these games in the genre that blew up so early on that it's been hard for companies
I'm
like
gonna
this
bring
to
the
make a
YouTube
new
streams
RTS and survive and branch out and be somewhat unique to what we already have kind of attached to.
I do like that they're kind of emphasizing accessibility, because I think it is pretty intimidating for new players. That's why a lot